Starting in this episode, I will from now on be doing the proper outro. I had a set outro in the Portal Let's Play, and for the last 2 episodes I haven't been doing it. So starting this episode, I will do the proper outro. Before we get to the outro, we have to do the intro. How's it going, everyone? My name is Nedia16. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Spongebob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom. In the last episode, we entered Jellyfish Fields, the first area of the game, and got through the first pretty big chunk. We got some golden spatulas, killed some robots, met some new hazards and some new faces, and had a lot of fun. We're only going to continue to have fun by going through this gate up here. So, what do you say we go ahead and do just that? Real quick before we do that though, I want to make a quick announcement. The first 2 episodes of this series are going to be on YouTube. The titles are going to be full. SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. Starting from this episode and beyond for the rest of the series, I'm just going to be calling it SpongeBob BFBB because SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom is a long title and I don't want to type that out constantly. Cool? Cool. Alright, let's not waste any more time.
Wow! Mermaid Man! I have all your comics and toys and mail.
Huh? What? Oh, yeah, it's that Sponge Kid. And now, what was I supposed to tell you?
That Patrick is surrounded by robots and needs my help.
Huh? Oh, no. I think it had something to do with massaging my feet.
Well, if massaging your feet will save Patrick, then massage I must.
Help! They're making me hit myself!
Massaging your feet isn't working. I think I'd better try a more direct approach.
By clipping my toenails?
Here I come, Patrick!
Something I unfortunately have to bring up is that Mermaid Man and Mr. Krabs are the only 2 original voice actors from the entire cast they could not get back for this game. While Clancy Brown was unable to come back because they were going to pay him enough, I don't unfortunately know the reason that they couldn't get the original Mermaid Man voice actor. I will look into that and I'll post on screen why if I can find any information, but I do have to mention this because unfortunately the original voice actor for Mermaid Man has passed away in the last few years, so rest in peace to him and condolences to his family. Other than that though, open that teleport box. You have to open it for it to be active, so you have to open both of them. This is a slide. SpongeBob, Patrick, or Sandy, that's a spoiler game, thank you, jump onto a slide, hop down the slope. Hyperdynamic speeds. Thank you, game, for giving me a word I couldn't read. Not only is the slides a really awesome part of this game, one of my favorite parts of this game, and part of the pretty reoccurring section of this game, it also has awesome music. Listen to this.
It shines!
So different from the rest of the SpongeBob soundtrack, and it's super crazy. I was letting you listen to it. That's a pretty short slide. We'll get to hear it a lot We're going to hear it for a lot more later in later areas, or later levels, I should say. But that's a very short slide. It's a good intro slide too, because there's no hazards or any way you can fall off. I have to mention though, to turn right on that hill to turn right on that one section to get a sock, and to jump at the end of it to get the sock up here. Dropping down though, we're gonna hear another reoccurring song. I don't know the official name of this song. I'll have to look that up as well. I usually like to call it Enemy Rush because it's usually in areas like these where you're gonna be fighting a lot of enemies. It's a very good song. It has a really awesome drum beat. Anyway, the objective here. You can also grab ledges as well, which I saw right there. I didn't intend to show off that mechanic, but I guess I am. The gimmick here, well not really gimmick, but the objective here is to destroy all 3 duplicator drones and hit all 3 buttons. You also don't necessarily need... you also don't... Wow, I hit a fodder... I launched a fodder across the lake into another one. You also don't necessarily need to jump across right there. You can just, or you don't need to go to the platform back and just jump across. Jumping up here. Again, I don't know how these platforms got here. Did the robots do this, or is this just the way Jellyfish Shield was terraformed? You know, this representation of Jellyfish Shields is really accurate to the show, because in the show, it was all green and lush and big open field, and in this game, there's just a bunch of lakes with goo that we can't swim in, and floating platforms and buttons all over the place. Oh well, I don't really care that much. Jump back down real quick, we're going to knock out this guy. Take out this guy. Also, yes, and you have a disability cutscene. It wouldn't be bad if you didn't.
Hey, Spongebob!
Whew, thank goodness you're safe, Patrick.
Well, of course, Spongebob. Why wouldn't I be?
Well, the robots and the...
Oh yeah, I found this for you. I don't know what it is, but it looks important.
Thanks, Patrick. I tell you what, all that running around has left me pooped. Why don't you continue on for a bit?
Okay.
He said and we have our first Golden Spatula as our second playable character, Patrick. Before we get into Patrick, I have to say it because I'm pretty sure everyone was thinking it. Where are the Golden Spatulas you're giving to SpongeBob when he turns in 10 socks? You say you have the Golden Spatulas on you, and for every 10 socks SpongeBob turns in, you give them to him. Why won't you just have the Golden Spatulas and turn them in and increase our count by 10? What the heck? This is ridiculous. You can even collect socks as Patrick, as we'll be seeing here momentarily. So there is no reason why you shouldn't be able to turn the spatulas that you have in as Patrick. It would be such a good mechanic. I can understand why Mr. Krabs would lock his behind a paywall because SpongeBob's gullible and works with Mr. Krabs, and Mr. Krabs is greedy and all that. But Patrick has no reason to force SpongeBob to collect lost socks from him when he already has the spatulas anyway. So it doesn't make any sense. It's not a real problem I have with this game, it's just something I like to nitpick. Anyway, Patrick is the strong one. Patrick can pick up throw fruit, which are just watermelons. He can pick them up, and when the arrows, or the hands I guess, show on, when the hands show on your target, and you can press the X button to throw it. You can also pick up tikis, which I tried to do there, but every time we get into a cutscene, the tiki disappears, and I'm gonna take it out of my, anger on that guy. Stop it! Jeez Louise. Okay, throw that over there. Get the shiny objects. This is a bus stop. There is no ground. That bus didn't go anywhere. Yes, bus stop acts as a character switch. It's arguable that you are supposed to be able to switch characters at any time in this game. With some beta footage that we've seen, but that's only a myth, and we're obviously not sure if that's true or not. But anytime you see a bus stop, you can switch characters. You can only switch characters at a bus stop. Throw fruit also don't get destroyed from being thrown multiple times. You cannot jump at the throw fruit, so you can throw them up the platform, pick them back up, and throw them. This must be such an important feat that we get fanfare every single time we complete one of these tasks. That's a Patrick Bolts. New Tiki type, Thunder Tiki. If you get closer to touch it, it starts glowing. If it were to explode, it would do damage. Very simple. Okay. That's just there in case you screw it up. You can jump back up here, and the tikis will respawn. You can try it again in case you're curious. I gotta be honest with you guys. My voice is kind of getting tired. I'm recording this at like 1 in the morning, and today was my little sister's birthday party, so we went to a trampoline park, and I was, jumping around, having a good time with like my brother-in-law and my sister's fiance and stuff, so my voice is a little bit tired. I haven't drank a lot of water today.
Hey, you barnacle head! Watch where you're going!
What is talking to me? Almighty Rock, I am at your command!
Down here, you big pink lummox!
Oh, hi there, Mr. Plankton. Are you going to vaporize me today?
So very tempting. Unfortunately, I found myself in the undesirable position of having to assist.
I was in an undesirable position yesterday, and now my neck hurts.
Pretend I didn't hear that.
Heed my words, my large future minion. Go into Jellyfish Cave.
follow the instructions on the signs that you see. At the end of the caves, you'll still be a big pink idiot, but you'll know enough to help defeat the robots and get me back into the chum bucket.
Well, then will you vaporize me?
I might spare your life so I can force you to work in my sweatshop making low-quality design and knockoff wallets.
Oh, thank you.
I have to mention something else about this game. The way they treat Patrick in this game is very well done. Again, they treat him, and they treat his humor like he was treated in the early seasons. They treat his humor like his humor in the early seasons, because in the early seasons of SpongeBob, Patrick was stupid, yes, but he was also funny. I think Big Pink Loser is a great example of a good episode where Patrick is dumb, but it's done well and it's funny. I think a big problem I have with modern SpongeBob is that they make Patrick almost too stupid and it's not funny anymore. And that's something I really love about this game, is that they do that. Is that they treat it differently and make Patrick dumb, but still likable and funny at the same time. Patrick can also ground pound, except he uses his stomach. So that probably doesn't feel very good, although with Patrick's big round belly. Also, it looks really funny because you can turn around in midair, so it's kind of funny. We have these magma balls coming out of the geysers here. Geysers hurt you, balls hurt you, and the explosions hurt you as well. We could use the tikis to destroy those if we really wanted to. I don't think there's a point to it. To be honest, this is pretty self-explanatory. I don't really need to show this. Well, I do need to show it, but I don't really need to talk about this, I don't think. The spikes here, they go in and out. Just time your jumps to get through them. Patrick cannot attack in mid-air. No matter how hard you try, it's not going to happen. So, anything floating, Patrick has to grab something else and throw it. Speaking of grabbing and throwing, if a watermelon touches goo, it dies. Wow, that's barely on there. If a watermelon were to touch a goo, it explodes. Life lessons. SpongeBob out of checkpoint, spikes. How these checkpoints, these signs, and these spikes got into this cave are beyond me. Again, I'd like this. Okay, yes, you have invincibility frames, but not a lot in this game, so be wary of that. I'd like to think the robots did all this, but at the same time, I don't know if the robots are capable of it. Otherwise, let me line up here. We hit the one. Okay. As you saw right there, the watermelon started to disappear toward the end. That is because watermelons only have a limited lifespan, I guess you could say. They can only last a certain amount of time before they explode in your hand, because apparently watermelons cannot be off the stem for more than 15 seconds. So if you're out buying watermelons for your kids, or if you're buying watermelons at the grocery store, just be wary of that. Okay. We have a pressure plate here. We can weigh it down, but we need something to weigh it down, I guess. Pick up the throw fruit, please. The throw fruit can be kind of finicky sometimes because the hitbox and the physics on it are kind of weird. So just be wary about that whenever you're messing with these, and you should be okay. Yes, we can't carry throw fruit through cutscenes either. This is just teaching us that we can jump off the throw fruit. You can throw in the corner, and you can grab the ledge and jump up. Let's see the next one. You can also throw a throw fruit on top of another throw fruit. How many throw fruit could a throw fruit throw if a throw fruit could throw fruit? There should be a sock. It's up there. Okay. There is a sock in here that you need to grab. It's up here in this next one. These must be like the strongest watermelons of all time, because you can throw them against a wall and they won't explode, but they touch water or are off of their stem for 15 seconds and they explode. Yeah, sure. Wait, is there not? I could have sworn there was. Oh, I'm blind. Never mind. I could have sworn there was. Never mind. Just scratch what I'm saying. To be 100% honest, I'm fairly certain I have this game memorized like the back of my hand, like I said before. So I'm fairly certain I know where all the socks are, and I most likely won't need to look any of them up. But in case I do, I have my computer and I have my phone active at all times, or not active, but with me at all times if I need to look at anything else. There aren't going to be any severely long pauses anywhere, and if there are, they'll just be edited out. This is a freeze fruit. This was out in the first area of Jellyfish Fields that we explored, but now we actually have access to it. So if you were to go get Patrick, teleport box all the way back up from the slide, down the mountain, and down the cliff area, then you can do this on the front area. Freeze fruit, basically all it does is it turns anything it touches that's liquid to ice you can skate on. You can also jump, double jump, and attack. Very simple. You're just basically moving on with ice physics. It's not anything too exceeding? Anything too exciting. You can also jump out of it, make sure you don't get hit there. Really? You can also use... Robots can also destroy... let's do this. Robots can also destroy... watermelons or throw fruit. Let me know watermelons special. Watermelons, throw fruits can also be destroyed by robots as you saw. Now, this is a mechanic that isn't used as much as you think it would, but Patrick can ground pound to stun robots near him, and then you can pick them up and throw them. Pretending that didn't happen, we're gonna do what I intended to do and have Patrick be a cool guy and not look at the explosion behind him. We're just gonna pretend that I didn't die right there, because that's embarrassing, and I don't want to be embarrassed. Coming out of Jellyfish Cave, though, we're not gonna see Plankton again, so I guess we're not gonna get vaporized, or maybe we'll get vaporized. Either way...
Hey there! Squidward tells me you're looking for the king jellyfish.
Yes?
Good thing, too. That monster has been stinging all my good customers in their poop decks. I hear that you can find him up top of Old Sport Mountain here. Go hook that beast, sailor!
Oh boy, Mr. Krabs. I'll see what I can do.
Can I just talk about how much I love the name Sport Mountain? It's so funny to me. Although, I do believe the Jellyfish Caves, can you tell it's 1 in the morning? I do believe Jellyfish Caves has indeed properly prepared us to be a good minion for Plankton and collecting shiny objects and golden spatulas. This is Tartar. I hate this thing. This is not the most annoying robot in this game by far, but this thing will get on your nerves. It shoots 3 shots of tartar sauce that stay on the ground and linger, and can still hit you even after it has been defeated, and it also takes 2 hits to defeat, as you saw right there. It is way too accurate for your own good with its shots, and it gets very annoying, especially when there's a lot of them, or a lot of other robots around it, and it's in a very compromising area. Just like with Hammer, you will get hit by tartar sauce without even realizing it. That's kind of a theme of this game, is the robots themselves aren't that annoying, but you find yourself getting hit by them just because you're just not expecting it, and you're just not prepared for it. It's kind of weird, to be honest. Before we do anything else, let's come back here. Actually, should be able to jump to this. Actually, you know what? Screw that.
Ouch!
I'm gonna show off kind of a death abuse here, and showing off that, again, there isn't really a punishment for death. as I was saying, you should use death warps a lot, and death abuse, because it's a pretty helpful mechanic. It can be very useful when trying multiple things over again, instead of having to figure out a new way to do something. I'm fairly certain you don't even get anything for this, but I have to find out, because I'm a completionist. And they wouldn't have put it over here if there wasn't something here, I guess. You know what? I don't even care. I don't need it. I did all of that, and I'm not even gonna do it.
Oh, Mrs. Pop.
Hello, Patrick. I've got a job for you to do.
Oh, boy.
I found a golden spatula, but those robots out on the island stole it and threw it into the lake. If you can figure out how to get it back, you're welcome to it.
Show enough, Mrs. Puff.
Show enough, Mrs. Puff. I love that. Let's walk across the rope and be cool. And we have this music again. This makes me wonder how all these characters are getting out to these areas of Jellyfish Fields, and how Mr. Krabs went from... What's that? How Mr. Krabs went from his area in Bikini Bottom to out here. Squidward, if he would have just stayed in his house, he wouldn't have gotten out here and gotten stung. So it just makes me wonder why these guys are coming out in the first place. I guess maybe they're trying to help collect their own spatulas so they can help Spongebob. But, I mean, they don't really have to do that because they know Spongebob is willing to do... They know Spongebob would be willing to do everything for them. I don't know. Again, it's not really a problem I have with the game. There's something kind of funny to think about. I didn't really explain what I was doing here, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Basically, you're just stunning the hammer and throwing them at the fountains to drain the lake. Which is funny because that's actually what the spatula is called. It's called the lake. This platform over there to get across there. Platform to go over there, but the platform we want is this one right over here to lead us to the golden spatula. Did I say the spatula had a name? Every spatula has a name. You can find them by going to the pause menu. Here's your pause menu. So, as you can see, we have lots of golden spatulas, and some that are unlocked and some that are grayed out. Grayed out ones are your current objective that you're trying to get. Gold ones are obviously ones you collected, and these are objectives you haven't unlocked yet. You have not received this task. You have health in the top right corner, total golden spatulas in the middle, total shiny objects, total socks in the bottom right. The game tells you how many socks you've collected in each area, which is very helpful, and your main objective for the area is in the bottom left. You can also scroll to every level. You can also fast travel to any level you want by clicking it, which is also a very helpful mechanic. We're using this a lot. And yeah, this is pretty simple. There's also options here if you really need them, but other than that, not much else to say about the options menu, or the start menu, I guess.
Well done, Patrick. You're a real star.
Can I get a cookie?
No.
I love it. Alright. Sorry, Patrick, you're not gonna get any cookies. I'll get you some sometime, Patrick. But that'll probably have to wait until next episode, guys. We did quite a bit in this episode. It's should be shorter than the first two, but it's not that bad, I guess. We met Patrick, went to Jellyfish Caves, and got a golden spatula by stunning enemies and using them to defeat the fountains, and we got insulted by Mrs. Puff, so thank you very much. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. If you like this part, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. And I will see you guys back here next time, where we will continue on this area by most likely switching back to Spongebob, I think. So, hope you guys join me next time, and I'll see you guys then. Peace out.